In this video, we will be talking about how to calculate simple interest. In order to calculate simple interest, we will need the simple interest formula, which is I equals P times R times T, where I is the amount of interest earned, P is the principal, or the starting amount, R is the interest rate, written in decimal form, and T is the time in years. So looking at an example, let's suppose we are asked to calculate the amount of interest earned if $2,000 is deposited in an account earning 1.5% simple annual interest for 3 years. Annual does not need to appear in the question, just so you know. For simple interest to apply, by definition, simple interest is annual interest. Sometimes that is specifically specified, other times it is not. So in this case, we want to find the amount of interest earned if $2,000 is deposited. That's the starting amount, or P, in an account earning 1.5% simple interest, that is R, for 3 years. And our time is given to us in years, which is important for the formula. So as we begin to calculate, our amount of interest is the principal times the rate times the time. So 2,000 times our interest rate written in decimal form, 0.015, times our number of years, which is 3. If you do not recall how to write a percent in decimal form, please, just a gentle reminder that you move the decimal 2 places to the left. Multiplying those 3 values together, we get the amount of interest earned is $90 over those 3 years. In the next example, Anna is taking out a simple interest loan at 5.2% interest for 42 months. She borrows $4,500, so how much interest will she pay? There are some simple interest loans. These apply to things like purchasing a computer at a local big box store. Maybe you're buying appliances at your local Lowe's or something. Those are simple interest loans. And you can also more and more find some simple interest loans for cars, particularly when you're buying a new car from a dealership. Again, the key is to look for the words simple interest. Okay, so we have R, the interest rate, at 5.2%. We have time, 42 months, but notice that the time is in months and we need time in years. And we've got how much money she borrows, that is her starting amount, or the principal. We're asked how much interest she will end up paying. So beginning with our formula, interest is principal times rate times time. Our principal is $4,500. The interest rate, 5.2%, written as a decimal. And then time, since this is in months and we want time in years, there are 12 months in a year, so we're simply going to divide 42 by 12. Then we're going to multiply all of that together, and we will find out that the total amount of interest that she will pay back is $819. All right, in example number 3, we're going to look at a payday loan company. Have you ever seen those commercials, need cash fast? Well, that's what this is about. So Bob needs cash fast. He goes to a payday loan business or company. He borrows $1,275 for 6 months, and he agrees to pay the loan back with $497.25 in interest. So he's got to pay back what he borrowed, the $1,275, and he's going to give them an additional $497.25 in interest. The question that I have is, what interest rate is Bob paying? So when he borrows $1,275, that is his starting amount. 6 months, again, notice months, is his time. And then the $497.25 is the amount of interest he's going to pay. So as we go to solve this problem, this time notice that we know the amount of interest is $497.25. We have the starting amount, we don't know the interest rate, and we do know the time is 6 months. And so again, I'm going to write 6 divided by 12. If you're wondering, can you use 1/2 or 0.5? Yes, you can. However, word of caution, if you have to do any rounding, okay, for example, if that said 7 months instead of 6 months and you have to round 7/12, rounding is not allowed until you get to the final answer. And so I always make it a habit of writing the number of months divided by 12. Then I'm not tempted to round when I shouldn't be. In order to solve this, what we're going to do is multiply this 1,1275 together with our 6/12 so that we can begin to solve the problem. So multiplying that together and keeping track of the previous steps, I get 637.5, and that is being multiplied by r. In order to undo that multiplication, we need to do division. Which leaves us with r. And when we divide 497.25 by 367.5, we find out that we get 0.78. Now remember that r in our formula is the interest rate in decimal form. If we want to know what the interest rate is, we need to change this to percent form. So 0.078 as a percent is 78%. And that is the interest rate that the loan company is charging.